distance that the group realized what had happened. Kimiko, desperate to free herself, clawed at A-Train's eyes. In pain, A-Train let go, and the powerful inertia sent them rolling far before stopping. Knowing she was no match, Kimiko turned and ran, but could she really outrun A-Train? In an instant, A-Train caught up and delivered a powerful elbow strike. The terrifying impact smashed through the wall, and Kimiko only stopped when she collided with the next wall, falling to the ground. Seeing Kimiko trying to escape again, A-Train, now furious, grabbed her head and repeatedly smashed it against the wall. Anyone else's skull would have shattered by now. Frenchie, witnessing this, tried to rush in, but Billy stopped him just in time. Rushing up like that would be a death wish. Thinking quickly, Frenchie started shouting, "A-Train is here, everybody! Come see! A-Train is right there!" Seeing the crowd gathering, A-Train stopped, as his public image was paramount. A-Train then put on a fake smile, engaging with the fans swarming around him. Kimiko took the opportunity to slip away, with the boys following closely behind. Billy attempted to subdue Kimiko with a hypnotic bomb, but Frenchie stopped him. Frenchie wanted to try talking to Kimiko. What if he could convince Kimiko to join them? With a hopeful heart, Frenchie slowly approached, but Kimiko pounced instantly. Seeing this, Billy threw the hypnotic bomb, knocking them both out. A-Train, free of the fans, finds Popclaw first, suspecting that Kimiko's escape was a result of her tipping them off. A-Train initially coaxed Popclaw, telling her that Madeline had agreed to let them go public with their relationship, but only if she confessed whether she had leaked the information. Popclaw hesitantly told the truth, describing the faces of the boys. With tears in his eyes, A-Train reminisced about their first date with her.
I love you. I love you too.
Then, in the next moment, A-Train injected Popclaw with a lethal dose, and she looked at him in disbelief before succumbing. Afterward, A-Train returned to the company. It turned out that this was all orchestrated by Homelander. Homelander warned him to stop using Compound V and to find out who was behind the disruptions quickly. Despite his immense dissatisfaction, A-Train had to show gratitude towards Homelander. Back at home, A-Train kept replaying videos of Popclaw from when she was alive. Suddenly, the screen changed, and A-Train's face went from dark to green, then quickly from green to red. He had spotted Frenchie in the video, prompting him and Black Noir to start investigating Frenchie's background. Unaware of being exposed, Frenchie happily prepared lunch for Kimiko. Perhaps he felt he had finally met someone who understood him, and his steps were noticeably lighter. He hoped his actions would win over Kimiko, but after being imprisoned for so long, Kimiko trusted no one. She lunged at Frenchie, but thanks to the chains, she couldn't reach him. Frenchie then receives a phone call from Sherry, who tells him that Black Noir has found her location, which means that Frenchie's safe house will be exposed. Frenchie immediately reported this to Billy, who suggested abandoning Kimiko and escaping alone. Frenchie knew Billy always used him as a tool, but this time he refused to comply. He poured his heart out to Kimiko before unlocking her chains. Kimiko's expression softened briefly, but before Frenchie could rejoice, she bolted out the door. A sense of profound disappointment washed over him, but there was no time for sorrow. Frenchie quickly gathered his things and fled. Unexpectedly, Black Noir arrived sooner than expected. Frenchie dared not look back as Black Noir closed in. Just as Black Noir was about to accelerate, a figure knocked him off his path. It turned out Kimiko had been secretly protecting Frenchie. She signaled for him to leave while she stayed behind to cover him. The fight was on. Kimiko struck first, but her sharp claws were laughable against Black Noir's armor. She was rapidly overpowered. Kimiko tried a side attack, but Black Noir's trademark skill was his uncanny throwing knives. Kimiko couldn't dodge the blade and fell to the ground, but she refused to give up because she knew that retreating even a step would mean pushing Frenchie towards certain death. But as a rookie, she was no match for Black Noir. Her feet were firmly pinned to the ground, and Black Noir didn't hold back, delivering a final blow that nearly sliced Kimiko in half. Kimiko collapsed in agony, but there was no regret in her eyes. She smiled as she closed her eyes. After a long time, Frenchie returned, heartbroken and unable to breathe. He didn't want Kimiko to feel cold even in death. But then, a miracle happened. Kimiko came back to life, and her wounds healed at a visible rate. Thus, the boys gained another fierce member. Meanwhile, Billy's side was making rapid progress, having locked their target on the Archbishop Ezekiel. However, the place was heavily guarded, making it difficult for him and Mim to make any move. So, they turned their attention to Huey. It turned out Huey had plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Tickets to see Ezekiel cost $15,000, which they didn't have. Huey persuaded Starlight to sneak him into the VIP club, but as soon as he entered, he ran into Homelander. Homelander learned that Huey had gotten in through Starlight's connections. He gave Huey a fake smile while calculating how to teach him a lesson. As a special guest, Homelander performed a baptism ceremony for the wealthy attendees. Soon,